If you're stuck in your business wondering what to do, or maybe you just want to start something new, then this is the right place for you. My name is Ryan Vaz, and along with PB and Bharat, we've launched this podcast series called Inspire. Inspire is where we bring in accomplished entrepreneurs and pick their brains to understand how it is that they have reached where they have reached, so maybe you could learn something from them. Today we have a very close friend of mine, someone that I've grown up with, both as an individual as well as a business person. A person who has had that key of entrepreneurship right at a very young age, and was already proving himself in different aspects that he took up, whether it was his restaurant, or whether it was the furniture business, or whether it was import export business. In every field that he put his finger in, he was like the man with the golden touch. Today, I'm very proud to welcome a man who does import export, who does furniture, who does wooden homes, who does river cleaning, who does so many things. The owner of Camilsons Industries, Wooden Homes India, The Ark, and Kafmar Environmental Services, Caesar Fernandes. Welcome, Caesar, to the show.
Thank you, Ryan. It's a pleasure being here. Thank you very much.
Caesar, I've seen you from the time that you were still in college, and then moving up where you had taken up Camilsons Resort and turned that into a very super successful resort, and then you started looking at other ventures as well.
Right.
I remember when you took up the furniture business. Okay, until that time you were exploring, you were searching different avenues,
Yeah.
and then suddenly you went on to wooden homes. What was that thing that caused that shift in your mind?
So, Ryan, my dad was, very successful in what he was doing, and he had this industries, which was Camilsons Industries. And once I finished my education, I started. I went to him and I said, he had a sick unit, which in Camilsons Industries, and I said, Dad, I want to open it. He was said, okay, go ahead. So that's how my journey started with Camilsons Industries. So once that came, and we started doing small work, building contracts with doors, windows, and stuff like that, working with the real estate guys and stuff like that. Then we started doing interiors, designing and executing interior houses and stuff like that. Then I got into imports. I started trading in imports, basically.
Yes.
I started participating in exhibitions. And then I started getting imported furniture, from the traders. And I was always looking for opportunities that would help us grow, and something which is unique always. So in a very bitter experience when we were in Palolem, I saw the houses and cottages there, what they were using were really in a bad shape. And I was like, how can one even stay in those cottages?
Right. Right.
So that came up with the thought, why can't be there some solution for this? So then I started exploring the net, and I came across these cottages. And then because of the connect with the import traders that we used to import furniture from, then we got through them and we said, I have got this, the company which I would like to import the houses from. They said, we are not interested, but if you like to do it, please go ahead, we will help you. And it was a blessing, basically. Every time there was a great connect, great favor to get the right people at the right time. And that's how Wooden Home started.
Why is exhibitions good, and how can they be useful?
So exhibitions are a great marketplace, right? So when you are in a great marketplace, you get a great footfalls. So exhibitions has really helped us to get good quality leads, right? And also keep on to going to different locations, allowing us to have people knowing us better now, and it also helps us to get our brand out. So
Right.
I think one should go and participate in exhibitions to showcase their product.
And I think you also get a lot of feedback about the product.
Yes.
What works, what does not work. Can you understand what is the
Yes.
mood of the people?
Yes, we
What is
do.
the kind of budget that they're looking for?
Yes, you can understand what the need of the market is.
Right.
And a lot of people have different questions. They might not be the right client for you, but they have great advices for you.
Absolutely. Caesar, since we are on the topic of marketing,
Yeah.
I remember you spent 3 months. You took your car and you drove to South India and then to North India.
Yeah.
Staying. You were completely on the road.
Yeah.
Tell us about that experience and
So
what you got out of it.
I went out with this telling my wife, I said, if hard work does not pay, I'm going to tell the world that hard work does not pay, And it was not 3 months, but it was 5 days. I traveled 3,000 kilometers.
Oh, 5 days, 3,000 kilometers. Okay.
One day on the road, just park your vehicle on the side, sleep in the road. The next day in a hotel, maybe. I was in search for wood, and
I see.
somebody told me it's available in Mangalore. So I went to Mangalore. I went to the port. Then somebody told me go down south. I went to Tuticorin. Then I went bottom down. Then I went to Chennai. Then from Chennai, I headed back to Goa. So it was an amazing experience. I did find what I wanted to find.
Wow.
And I'm still working with one of the suppliers till date.
So it was not actually a marketing exercise, but it was more towards logistics or
Sourcing the product.
Sourcing the product.
Yeah,
Procurement.
yeah.
Okay. And you took the car and just went out.
I just started. It was just, I said hard work should pay off. Or if it does not pay off, I should go and tell the people. So I think you should pursue. What do you want? You got to seek for it. And I think you would definitely find it.
Find it.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the things that, if I would ever describe Caesar, that would have been a go-getter. And you were the one who would go forward and, pick it up.
Yeah.
You also are one of those people who takes big risks. You remember we had this discussion about the pond cleaning machine that you bought.
Yes.
Yeah, you want to tell us a little bit about that and how do you take that decision?
So a lot of people, even when I entered wooden homes, a lot of people told me, "Are you sure what you're doing? Who is going to be your buyer?" Like when I bought my amphibious machine, the first one, what is wrong with you? You're investing so much of money. Where would the returns be from? Did you test the market? So I think there is this gut within myself that takes
Instinct.
on. That instinct and the gut that takes on. And I always believe in prove and move.
Right.
So if you have to prove yourself, you can tell stories and prove. But if you have the product and the story together, it works wonders. Nice. So it worked well with me even when I did my first container for the wooden cottages. I bought 7 units, and the 7 units took me 2 years to sell.
Wow.
But I was just there out pursuing customers, pursuing clients, taking my bike, going from Agonda to Arambol on the bike there and just walking on the beaches, pursuing for the product. And similar things that happened when I bought my machine, the first amphibious machine that we imported. We had the machine, and then I started knocking at everyone's doors. I said, this is what we got. This is what we can do. I'll do you a trial project. You don't have to pay me for it. Just give me an opportunity. And it just worked for us, people appreciated it. We had some roller coaster through it, and all through it, I think there was a lot of favor.
And I think that brought you publicity as well.
Yes, it did. It did.
Though it was harrowing at that time, it brought you a lot of publicity.
Yes, it did.
Yeah. On the topic of people objecting to you, I'm sure that, when wooden homes came in, there were a lot of skeptics. People who said that this won't work. This is, I remember someone came and told me that what is Caesar doing? This kind of wooden homes does not work in India. They will get rotten. They will get spoiled. How did you deal with skeptics like this, Caesar?
So as I said, prove and move, right? I had this client who I visited a week ago in Palghar in Mumbai. And this guy is my biggest marketing hero, right? Maybe 8 to 10 years ago, I gave him one house. Actually, I was on a holiday with my kids, and I saw that he had this cottage. He had some shanty cottages, little bed cottages. And I said, "Why don't you build a cottage?" He said, "Sir, mere paas paisa nahi hai. I don't have that money." I said, "Fine, I'll give you one cottage, right? You earn from it and pay me." He was happy, right? So we put up a cottage for him, and what a response he got on that cottage, right? So I proved him the product, right? And after that, he built 2 resorts.
Wow.
Right? And then here we are. And he's the greatest market. And if he comes along, he would call me and say, if I'm in Palghar, he would say, sir, aa jao na, mere ek dost ko ye chahiye, mere isko ye chahiye. And then he has got good contacts. And you just gain business through
Just that one leap of faith.
through one good thing that you do.
Right. Because why I said leap of faith is because
Yeah.
People would hesitate. That's not a
Yes.
small product that you can give
Yes.
as a sample. It's a big
Yes, it's a big
project.
product. Yeah. But we it's very important, I feel, to understand your customer and then work with him. You should have that instinct the way you have the instinct to buy something. You should have the instinct that whether this client is the right client for you or no. Right?
How does that instinct come, Caesar?
I think, I don't know, discernment.
Everyone will want that instinct.
It's a discernment. I mean, you just, sometimes you'll get burnt and you learn, right?
Yeah.
But I think it has worked for me. And
Right, true. So on this on just this,
Yeah.
there are two schools of thought. There are
Yeah.
people who say study the market, and I've had guests on the show who
Yeah.
said study, research properly, do your due diligence, and
Yes.
then jump into the market.
Yes.
And then there's you who comes here and says that just jump into it, trust your instinct, and see how it works. Do you think this formula works for everyone?
I think you need to have a great instinct to start, right? You need to really work on understanding and that what is the meaning of a great instinct? Okay, let me take this again. I think one of the most important thing, Ryan, what I have seen in my life is it's just not that I want to start to do this business, then I will start. No, I've been thinking about it for a while.
For a while.
Right? I understand a return on investment is very important. Right? I will make my math.
Right.
No, I will not just start. I'll make my math. I'll understand the requirement. I do a proper need gap analysis.
Okay.
Right? I might not go to the market, but I'm confident about my need gap analysis. Right? So when we the reason I bought this amphibious machine is after seeing the condition of the rivers that we have.
Right.
And it was so bad, and it was a need of the hour.
Right.
I just had to prove that this is going to work.
Right.
And you have to be a go-getter. I mean that it's a need, and it needs to be solved, and it has to be solved.
Absolutely.
There's no way out that you will want to leave it just the way it is.
Right.
Right?
But for so many years, it was being left the way it was.
Yes.
And with you always had this thing to do something for the environment.
Yes.
I think you were able to club the solution to the environment as well as a revenue generation opportunity together. And bring it out in front of people who were not realizing that it could have been done.
Right. People are still skeptic. They would see my machine and say, wow, there's so much of money you spend on this machine. Are you doing some work?
Is it?
Yeah. And
do they know that you bought a second one as well?
They may not know that I got the third one as well.
Third one. Very good.
And the fourth one on the way. But what's important...
So that should shut them up.
I think what's important is don't look at what people have to say.
Right.
And just focus on what you can do and what's available in the market. What is the need? Fill the gap and just move on.
No, so that was exactly what I was going to ask you now, Caesar, because I'm sure that every step, every business, there have been people who have told you this can't be done.
Oh, n number of times.
And I'm sure that at point of time, these are people that you trusted a lot as well, whose opinions you valued. I mean, there are people that you don't care what they say, it's okay, but there are people whose opinions you value as well.
Right.
And then when they tell you this is not what should be done.
Right.
How then do you build that confidence in yourself to say, let me take this further? What gives you that strength?
I really believe in one thing, is that inner peace that is required when you take any decision. If I feel that I need to do it, I really respect people advising me, but I will go with my gut, with my instinct. And it's a great thing when someone advises you, you got to listen. But end of the day, who's responsible? I am responsible.
Absolutely.
Right? Whether it's a business or it's your life. There are
Right.
n number of people who will tell you advices.
Right.
But it's I who have to make a decision for my life and for what I'm going to be responsible for. They're never going to be responsible for the advice.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Caesar, what next? As you now grow, you've got four kids
Yeah.
with you, and what is it that you want to live to them as a legacy?
So I have learned something from my dad. What my dad left for us um is the legacy. You know, a good credit in the market, right? A good name, right? Where today I can leverage on that, right? If I use my dad's name, and I'll share one incident on this. I went to this one of dad's. I didn't even know that he was someone related to dad. Okay, my dad's friend's son. Let's put it like that. And what happened was, once he came to know that I am son of Camilo, he was so kind to me, and he said, I would like to give the job to you only because your dad was a great support to my father.
Oh, wow.
And that just turned things around for me.
Wow.
And then even after that, I finished the job for him. It was a good job. It was a very big job for us in the environmental sector. And even after that, when I visited him again, he said, "You need any help with anything, tell me. Your dad was a great man."
Absolutely.
So that's what I think I should leave for my kids too.
Very good. Very good. Mr. Camilo was not just a great dad. He was a philanthropist. He was
Yeah.
an excellent businessman.
Yeah.
He was in the panchayat.
Yes.
He was part of the people movement.
Yes.
And I remember always seeing him fighting for something, fighting for the people.
Yes.
But then your mom, I think, was also a powerhouse
Yeah.
in that area, right?
Yeah.
She also was very strong in the business as well as in building up the family.
Yeah.
Something that you would talk about your parents.
Oh.
How do your parents influence who you are today?
I think it's all because of the parents. Whatever we are today, whatever I am today, is all because of mom and dad. They have been such a great example, even in business, and the way they have mentored us, the way they brought us up, actually.
Yes.
And dad was my role model in my business, And I know the way he was a go-getter, the principles he taught us were great principles, that I still use in my day-to-day business, and I even tell them to my children. So parents have been a great influence in our lives, and where I stand today. Little things that he did, little challenges that he gave us, that today we feel the knowledge that we use in doing what we are doing is all because of them. So
Wow.
ever grateful.
So you know what, Caesar? In some of the conversations that I have, the time just disappears.
Yeah.
It feels that we're just getting started.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we are not. So before we wind up
Yeah.
for the day,
Yeah.
one question that I want to ask you is
Right.
that what wakes you up in the morning? What gives you the power to get up and get onto your day?
What wakes me up, you said, right? So I think, every day is an exciting day. There are new challenges waiting. There's new clients who are waiting for you. I'm actually wanting to build something really nice for my entire team. I have a vision to get to building an IPO for the next 6 years.
Wow.
6 years.
Wow.
So I'm working on that, and that just drives me to get up and get going and do what I have to do. So I've never shared this that I want to do to anyone, but yes, that's what I want to do in the next 6 years.
Okay. We can't end this conversation without this last question. You have done 2 world records.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an amazing feat.
Yeah.
What drove you to create this world record? Was it, pride, proof, marketing? What was it?
Marketing, actually. The whole idea of the world record was to prove that this particular structures can be built by anyone, right? And within the minimum time. The first record we built was 117 square meters in 10 hours, right? And this was built by my office colleagues,
Okay.
22 of my office colleagues, girls and boys, office
Not
colleagues,
workmen.
not workmen, was built by them, right? And just goes to say how easy it is, like a Lego, to build, and how minimum time it can take. And the second record that we broke was a smaller structure, but a nice A-frame kind of a structure, which we finished in 8 hours. And that was complete ready to use, with the electricity, with the air condition functioning, with the furniture and everything set up. It just goes to say that you can have a home built by yourself. If I take a day, you'll take 2 or you'll take 3.
Caesar, thank you very much for coming on this show.
Yeah.
A lot of insights that we picked up from you,
Right.
from marketing to the way that we start a business. What is it that we need to look for? But I think one of the strongest takeaway is that your experience has developed into instinct, and that instinct is very strong, and you trust that instinct.
Yes.
Because that's what helps you to start
Right.
new businesses, take decisions,
Right.
and these instincts are not just ordinary gut feelings. They are based on years of experience and years of failure.
Right.
I'm so happy to have you with us, Caesar. This conversation still feels incomplete, but thank you for being on this show.
Thank you, Ryan. I really appreciate your invitation, and it was a pleasure being here. Thank you.
Thank you.